You know that person who can't get through a single meal without scrolling? The one who's simultaneously eating pasta and refreshing Instagram? Before you judge them, here's what psychology reveals about what's really going on in their brain. First, they have an unusually high need for cognitive stimulation. Their brain craves constant information input, and eating alone doesn't provide enough mental engagement. It's not rudeness, it's actually how their reward system is wired. Think about it. Eating is a repetitive physical action, and for some people, that repetition feels like sensory deprivation. Their brain is essentially saying, "Is this all we're doing right now?" So they layer in another activity to reach their baseline stimulation threshold. Second, they're dealing with something called present moment anxiety. When these people slow down and focus on just one thing, uncomfortable thoughts or feelings start bubbling up. The phone acts as an emotional buffer, a protective barrier between them and whatever they're avoiding processing. You'll notice they're not just checking their phone during meals, they're probably doing it during any moment of potential stillness. In the elevator, in line at the store, during commercial breaks. The pattern reveals someone who's unconsciously running from quiet. Third, and this is the fascinating one, they have a compressed sense of time scarcity. People who phone scroll while eating genuinely feel like single tasking is a luxury they can't afford. They're not trying to be efficient, they actually experience time differently. To them, doing one thing feels almost wasteful, like leaving money on the table. This often stems from growing up in environments where productivity was constantly reinforced, where downtime was seen as laziness. Here's where it gets deeper. This behavior is usually masking an underlying fear of missing out that goes way beyond social media. It's a fear of missing out on life itself, on opportunities, on being left behind. The phone becomes a tether to the world's momentum, proof that they're still connected, still relevant, still in the game. What's interesting is that this habit creates a feedback loop. The more you split your attention during meals, the less satisfaction you get from eating, which makes the experience feel even more boring, which makes you reach for your phone more next time. You're training your brain that eating isn't enough on its own. But here's the reframe. People who do this aren't disconnected, they're actually hyper-connected, just in a fragmented way. They're trying to hold multiple worlds in their hands at once. The real question isn't whether this is good or bad, it's whether the connection they're seeking through that screen is the connection they actually need. So next time you catch yourself scrolling through your feed while eating that sandwich, ask yourself, what am I actually hungry for right now? Sometimes the answer isn't food or information. Sometimes it's just permission to be present with yourself. What's your relationship with your phone during meals? Drop a comment. I'm curious what patterns you've noticed in yourself.